Hey everyone, it's Susie Lee with Bellalina Boutique. I'm so glad that I'm part of this. You guys are probably looking at this wondering what in the world is she doing with this book open and it looks like a comic book. Well, it is. I went to the Dollar Tree because this is the deal. I'm thinking magical fairy gardens, they're right out of a fairy tale, right? Anyway, so I wanted to get a bigger book than this. Well, they didn't have what I wanted. So I got this. I took some Mod Podge, plain and simple. I opened it to the center of the book so that it's open like like a fairy tale, and I just Mod Podged the edges overnight. And that's when you make those books, the books, the stack books, and you use a real book. That's what you do. You just go over the edges and it sticks with the Mod Podge. And then I gave it a little bit of stain and paint as well. Okay, so that's where we are thus far. You may see this stack of cork tiles. My mom used to say, any port in the storm. I needed a lift, because when you do something like this, you don't want it all to be flat. You want it to, you want lifts and levels, right? So I had this piece of wood that I stole from my son last year when he was cutting down a tree. And so I took a few pieces of wood from him, and hey, I gave him birth. He can give me some wood, right? So he lives out in the country. So anyway, this I wanted to be over here, kind of like this, and I needed it to be lifted up. So what I did was I took these cork tiles, I cut them and stacked them with hot glue. So now I have a lift, okay, that is going to get covered with moss, right? So you're not going to see any of that. Okay, so what I want it to do though, there we go. I want it to lay pretty flat-ish on this. Yeah. Okay, hot glue. We got lots of hot glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of it over here on this corner. And just like this, put a bunch right here, okay? Like a bunch. Like a glob of glue, because we want it on there, but good. So I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday looking in search of fairy stuff, stuff. So here's the deal. I found fairy houses at the Dollar Tree. I walked in and went, oh, the angels sang. It was awesome. So, and let me tell you about these sticks. I'm not going to tell you what they are, what they're for, but I will tell you how I got them in here. I just got one of these Fiskars blades. They're great. They're fantastic. I just did a little X, and I kept scoring it to where the pages of the book literally peeled back on 4 sides. When I did the X, there was 4 triangles that peeled back. I stuck some E6000 inside the hole, and then I hot glued the rest and put rocks around it that I got from the Dollar Tree in a bag of rocks I bought. So now they're on there pretty sturdy. I'm not going to tell you just yet what it's for. I also bought at the Dollar Tree, I was looking around, what could I use to make a little stream. They had these at the Dollar Tree. They're just little patches that I don't know, they're iron on probably. But they're little patches, and all I did was I took my scissor and I just went curvy, cut it out, and I put it over here on my book with hot glue, okay? What else did they have at the Dollar Tree, you might ask? Crazy stuff at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so now that this is on, I'm going to go to this part. I'm going to show you this stream. I'm checking out at the Dollar Tree. I'm checking out, and I look over. It's like it's a God thing. And I look over and I see this pen, and it just spoke to me. I thought, oh, this is really cool. So I thought, well, maybe I could use this for something. And I was thinking, well, maybe I wonder if I can cut it off. Well, guess what? Have you ever seen these? They screw off. See all of these in there? Guess what? They're little crystals. I don't know if they're crystals or if they're acrylic or what they are, but they're shiny, shimmery, and I want them in my river, my fairy garden river. It's not just any river. It's a fairy garden river. This has got to be special, right? So this is the deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot glue inside right on the river, right on the water. And I'm going to make this like water, sort of. I'm just going to sprinkle some of these little shiny river rocks right here in the middle. This is going to be my water, the hot glue. Easy peasy, right? I don't know if they're going to shimmer or not, but they might just disappear into all this blue. I don't know, but I do have the rocks that are going to go around it. And I have diamond dust. Yes, I do have diamond dust. I might just put a little of that on right here and now before it gets solidified. Oh yeah, we need diamond dust, right? All right, so there's that. I'm gonna put a little bit over here. Just want to make sure that it looks water and river-ish. Okay. Little tap. I decided to put my diamond dust in this. Yeah, this really helps. This diamond dust does the trick. Yes, indeed. So this is looking very water-ish. Need another hot glue stick on board. Okay. Keep going. All right. Okay. Tap some more on. The more you tap, the sparklier it gets. It's awesome. Can you see that? It sparkles like new money. Can you see that? All right. So let me show you the house it's going to go on the hill. This is what I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, it didn't look exactly like this. It looked, man, that hot glue's hot because I can feel it from my arm. It didn't look exactly like this. I just whitewashed a little bit around it to make it pop because that and these were from the Dollar Tree. It's a little bed of flowers that I'm going to put in there. Once I get my moss in there, I'm going to put that right in through here. But this is going to go right here on that hill perfectly. I might add. Perfectly. Just like that. We're going to just, I thought I took all of these off because I don't like, that's how I get a sticker off. If it doesn't come up, then we're going to move right on. Yeah, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those. All right. I like to take them off because I don't know. I just feel like if it ever loses its oomph, then all that glue that's on here is going to be gone too. I mean, it's going to fall off. I want that to happen. All right. So just like that. Cute, huh? Uh-oh, we having technical difficulties? Yes, try going out and then coming back in. That helps. I know everybody's been having trouble today. I've been watching all the presenters and they're all having issues. So I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's the deal. Now I'm going to put on, another thing I wanted to, and another thing. I got one of these. I had to get this. I had to get this. Look at this little shoe. Is this not cute? This little shoe house. It just is so whimsical and fairy tale-esque, I thought. So I was looking around. How can I lift it up? How can I give it some oomph? Well, I found this little piece of styrofoam, and I was gonna hit it with moss all around the styrofoam. Well, it does this when you hit it with that. So that wasn't working real well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try, because if it's not hot, it might work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the hot glue just right here on this, and I'm gonna wait a second. I'm just not gonna put it on while it's boiling hot. I'm gonna wait for a second for it. Wait for it. I just don't want it to disintegrate. But what I did was I just painted it. It looks more like a log, like a little piece of a log. Does it not? So it's going to go on just like this. I just don't want it to singe like it did when I started to put the moss on the side. Hey, newbie from Nebraska. I love this shoe house too. I think it's so darling. And I went over it a little bit with a whitewash. You can see that worked, by the way. It's on there and it's not melting the styrofoam. So, okay. So, and I went in with a little bit of black after the brown just to give it a little dimension and some depth. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to put the glue on the styrofoam. I'm going to put it right here on the book. And it hangs slightly over because I fitted this on already to see if it would work. And it does. Whoops. My glue gun's ready to bite the dust, you guys. Bad. All right, so now we've got two houses very close together because, you know, fairies are very tight knit. They are, in case you didn't know. So, all right, this one is right here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the moss down in here. I got these bags of moss. Did you know moss comes in dye lots? I didn't either, but I got a dark one and then I bought two like this. So I'm going to mix them up. I'm going to mix them so that they're not all, you know. So I'm going to mix them up. This whole thing is going to get mossed. And I'm wondering if I should do it with hot glue. I like the instant gratification of hot glue. However, I don't know. Not sure if that's going to work. Oh, and I got this tree I made last night on my page while I was preparing. I got this little tree. I kind of want to put it off to the side here. I'm thinking I want to glue it here and then glue the moss around it. I think I'm going to do that before I put the moss on. Let me tell you about this tree. This is just a twig that I had in my stash. I keep twigs all the time. I steal them from my son as well. I steal a lot of wood from him. He's in here taking all my kindling. I said, so what? I gave you birth. So what I did was I took some of this from the Dollar Tree, some of the roping, the jute sisal roping, and I cut it in 3-inch strips, okay? And what I did was I just took it all apart and made it like, you know, it comes in 6-ply. So I took it and I put go to my page and you will see what I did last night, because some things are better felt than telt, you know, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. I took the 6 plies and I put them in 3 piles going this way, going horizontal. And I put a piece of wire, I made a loop, a long loop with wire, this kind of wire, okay? I just made a big loop like this, and I put the 3 piles like this in there, and I twisted them together just like that. And what happens when you do that is these little fibers, they just get all crazy. And so then I glued it onto the stick and I put a little bit of moss on it, and now I got a tree. Now I got the cutest doggone tree. And of course, before I put the moss on, I gave it a little bit of paint, just a little green paint that I mixed up, some Hauser green. So that's how I made this tree. So now I'm going to glue it, I think, to this side. Yeah, to the side of the house over here, because, you know, the tree is planted by the water. Yeah, okay, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna, whoa, I don't need all that nonsense. I'm just gonna hot glue the back of this tree and the base. Boy, oh boy, this hot glue gun is really, really getting ready to bite the dust. You know what? I put too much hot glue in the wrong spot. Need to put it down further. There we go. Doesn't matter. It's all going to get covered up. Just like that. Okay, this is going to be kind of hanging out over here. Might want to put a little extra hot glue down here. I'm going to put the moss. Okay, well, we're going to fill this whole page, double page up with some moss. Just like this. Because we don't want to see the cartoons. We don't need the cartoons. Just do a little bit at a time. Moss is messy, but man, does it look cool. I just love the look of it. I'm just a moss fan. Yeah. I like the instant gratification of hot glue too, don't you? I mean, seriously. Whoever came up with that, genius. Genius, right? Let me mix this up a little bit. I said I was going to mix it. This moss is really soft. The other one is kind of, what's the word? Stiff. Try not to. And I'm going to cover this whole back base. The lift is going to all be in moss. It's going to look like it's right out of Ireland or something, you know? Not the wood, just the base I'm going to do in the moss. I'll turn it around and show you in a minute. Okay. We're going to moss it up. Bring some of this over here. Boy, oh boy. Because you're going to see this from all sides, right? You're going to see it from every side and every angle. So I'm going to try to cover it all as much as I can. Ouch. There's no avoiding hot glue if you're a crafter. There just is no way. All right. Moving this right over to the side. It's quick. It goes pretty quick, actually. Quicker than I thought it might. Probably not quick enough, but I might use Mod Podge because I might run low on hot glue if I'm not careful. So I might use a combo of Mod Podge and hot glue. Okay. Thank you for spreading the love. I appreciate that, Paula. All right, another hot glue stick. We're going through them like crazy here because I'm using a lot. Shove it up underneath this piece of wood. It's kind of neat. It looks like, it reminds me of, you know, the hills of Ireland that you see photos. I've never been. A place I would love to go one day. You never know. It's a dream. You never know. It could happen. I doubt it, but it could. You just never know. All right. So, moving that along here. Right in between these rocks, I'm going to put a little hot glue. The rocks are holding up this little stick, in case you're just jumping on. And the stick, I'm not telling you what that's for. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. All right. Okay. Coming around the front here. Like I said, I'm going to mix up these greens a little bit. I got several bags because I had no idea how much moss this was going to take. Well, let's see if I can get a little bit of extra glue up underneath that rock. That'd be great. I love this softer moss. It just has a really nice texture to it. And all right. It's looking pretty serious. Looking very fairy-ish. Okay. All righty. Come on, Susie. You can do it. You can do it. Boy, time gets away from you, you know? even after you prep for days. I did my homework. Yes, I did, girl. Elaborate. I am elaborating. I did my homework. I only had 2 days to do this. P.S. I just found out 2 days ago that I was doing this, so bear with me, kids. Bear with me. All right, I got one book done, one side, and I think it's looking very good. It's looking very, very garden-ish. I'll lift it up so you can see. There we go. See, all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to do this side. I don't know. I mean, I think I got enough hot glue up here. I should be able to do this, right? In theory. All right, here I go. I'll go around the river. Real quick. Real quick. I just think the hot glue's the fastest route to go with this. Only having 45 minutes is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Okay. Oop, I don't want the string in there either. The string thing. Okay. Here we go. That worked. Just bring the whole bag and dump it. Yep, that works. Mixing it up. Mixing it up. Okay. Kind of like it a little fat. I should have had this part done. I didn't think it would take that long. Like, you know, watching paint dry here. Sorry, guys. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. All right. Almost. Almost. Okay, one more. I got enough. I got enough hot glue that'll work. I do. I'm all about the fairy tales. I love that. When I was little, I used to love to hear a good story. My mom was such a great storyteller. My mother could tell a story like you wouldn't believe. Well, she grew up on a farm in Kentucky, so she had a lot of stories to tell. They were real. They were true. They were true stories. And I would rather hear those than any Jack and the Beanstalk story. I've told my followers before, she was awesome storyteller. I'd rather hear the stories about her growing up on the farm than anything. It was an awesome story. Anyway, but this lends itself to a book, I think. All right. All right, now, a bit more moss here. Boy, oh boy, the moss is flying around here like you wouldn't believe. Okay. There we go. There we go. Ta-da. We got some glue strings. Kind of looks like Halloween. It's a little Halloweenish. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to make, how cute is this? We need to make this little patch, I'm gonna say, kind of just tucked right up underneath that log, just like that. I think that's really cute. And now that it's got the moss on it, it doesn't want to fit under there as well, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna do it. We're just gonna kind of push it down underneath that little log. Give it some more stability, just like that. I love that. That looks so pretty. All right, now One more thing, and one more thing. I've got all these little river rocks, these blue kind of river. They look like sea glass, and that's probably what they are. I'm just going to go ahead and place a few right around the stream. And I love the colors. There's some greens and there's some, they're just all different colors. What I'm going to do this, pour some out so that I can just slap them on there real quick. Right around the river. I like the blue. I think they're pretty. They're really pretty. I know you can't see from that direction, but you will in 1 second, as soon as I turn it. I should have this on this finger if I had any sense, and I don't. All right. One more. I'm trying to pick out the blue because I think, or the light blue because I think they stand out more. Kind of like that. Okay. All the way around a little bit of a stream here. Yeah, there's a green one. We'll put a green one in there. They're pretty too, but they're just, they don't stand out like the blue ones against the green here. One more. There we go. How pretty. I'm going to hit it with this to get rid of the cobwebs. Okay. All right. Now, oh, how pretty. I love it. Now, it's got, I went to the Dollar Tree and I found this little, it looks like a little, a well. It's got a bucket and some flowers in it. And it's really cute. So I left a little spot. Oh, I thought I did. Well, let me move this one. Let me just move this one out. This white one. So I'm going to put this little well here because I want the water from the well to kind of be pouring out into the, like it's coming from the stream. There's a well right here, and the water's coming out of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. See, I told you I needed more hot glue. I'm going to just let it drip right from here into the water. So it looks like it's kind of hanging from the well, going into the water. It worked. What do you know? Well, what do you know? It worked. Sometimes I get lucky. All right, so also, what else do I have here that I wanted to use? This little welcome sign from the Dollar Tree as well. And I thought, well, that would be really cute. Kind of hanging out down here by the flower patch. We're just going to put that right over here in between the two little fairy houses. Right there. Okay. Just like that. Okay. What time do I have? Oh my word. I gotta go in 9 minutes. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this across here. Okay? I'm going to tie it pretty tight. I want it nice and taut. This is going to be growing up. See if you guys had one of these in your house growing up. You know what this is going to be? Do you have any idea? Welcome to Susie's Fantasy World. That's right. You know me. You know me well. This is my fantasy world. I love this kind of stuff. This is right up my alley. As soon as I was asked to do it, I said, I know what I'm doing. I even know what I'm doing. Because I was thinking, if that was me, this is what I would do. And lo and behold, okay, so here we go. We've got these little clothespins, okay? And, you know, a fairy has to wash their clothes too and hang them out to dry, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang these little fairy tutus right across this line. Going to have a little whimsy, right? The purple one's going to go in the middle. See a little fairy tutu. Just like that. Right across the clothesline. They got a little bow in the middle of them. Now how I did this was I took a strip of tooling and I just went in and out with my needle, running stitch. When I got to the end, I tied a knot in it so that it created a circle and it was all gathered up. And that was it. And there's the tutus right there. So there's that, okay? And in addition to that, I took these little rocks that I gathered at the beach last year, and I put 2 of them together with some E6000 last night, and I painted them on my live to try to prep for this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and there sporadically and put these little toadstools inside the moss, just kind of hanging out. How cute are they? They're all different sizes. I painted the tops red, the bottoms white with a little bit of brown, and then I dotted them with the back of my paintbrush. That's as simple as that. So I'm going to just kind of cluster some of them together. Just like that. Oh, I love this. It's turning out. It's turning out. Okay, I'm going to put a couple over here, over by the other side. Simple, simple. This was an easy one. These toadstools were very, very easy to come up with. Just grab you some rocks, and it doesn't matter. I had a bunch of flat ones. That helped. That did help. Whoops. That one got loose. That one turned me loose. All right. I'm kind of doing them in little trios here, and I've got one more that I could probably still use because I made it. I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to nestle it down inside that moss. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so here's the pièce de résistance. I got like 5 minutes. So last night I was looking for what could I do? What could I find? What could I use for fairies? And I went in my stash and I found these lilies. I turned the lily upside down and it looked like a fairy dress to me. Okay, so here's the deal. I took the little fairy dress and I had these little, this was the lily. Okay, I turned it upside down. I added a wooden bead. I did this, I showed this on my live last night. I did one on my live. So if you want to go to Bellolina Boutique and check it out, you can see how I did it, how I prepped it. I made the hair from this yarn. This is 4-ply yarn. Same thing as I did with the jute sisal. I took it apart strand by strand. I tied it in the middle, glued it on top of her head, and there's her hair. And what I like about it is it's kind of curly. See how curly it is? Now, I'm a Totally Dazzled ambassador, so I have Totally Dazzled crowns. So what I did was I took some of the hair and I pulled it through the crown and glued it on top of her head. Simple, simple. Now these I used to do I still do wedding florals and things like that. So I just took these are leaves, and I connected them with the wire that they came on and gave her wings, just like that, okay? So there's that. So this little fairy gal, however, I'm not going to quite just yet use her. I've got another bottle. I'm not going to have time to do it because I've only got a couple minutes, but I was going to put this bottle over here. I'm going to paint the bottle just so you can see how it's going to look. Okay. I'm going to paint this little bottle and I'm going to attach it on this corner over here. Okay. So where's the fairy going to go? I got 2 fairies. got two fairies. I'm going to put one of the fairies kind of hanging out back here on this stoop. Just kind of hanging out, I think, over here, overlooking the water behind the house. Okay. And then I'm going to put one over here, just kind of hanging out. I'm just gonna glue it on just like this. Okay. So I'm going to paint this bottle. All right. This whole bottle is going to get painted. And this little guy, he's going to be kind of hanging out at the top. I got him from the Dollar Tree in the florals, or in the garden section. So this is going to be adorable. And I'm going to add some of these little flowers. I've got 2 minutes. I'm going to do that right now. These little buds that I just clipped off, I had some extra purple flowers. I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple in here, right, just coming up out of the ground, just like the toadstools, right? Just want a little bit of color in it, just like that. Just a few. I just clipped a few. Okay. I like to cluster them together, like in 3s or 5s. Like that. Okay. And now you get an idea of where I'm going with this. And I'm going to put some fairy lights. These little fairy lights are going to go intermingled all inside they're going to get intermingled inside the whole thing, all around it. So it'll be really cute. So let me just say thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this awesome event. I was so excited. I think I took 20 seconds to tell her yes. Absolutely, I will do this. Anyway, thank you so very much. I'd like to hold this up so you guys can see it, but I'm afraid, well, I can hold the whole thing up. I gotta be strong because this is heavy. Whoa! Can you see it? And I'll turn it around because it's a turntable. I can turn it so you can see it from all the directions, just like that. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.